As national government seeks more powers within municipalities to get things done quicker and the opposition questions the legality of potential overreach, we find out what it means for local government and whether it could render the need for local government irrelevant or more unified and coherent in the outcomes. Parks Tau is the COGTA Deputy Minister and joins us now. Good evening to you and welcome. This district development model, as it's being called, is intended to get everyone in the performance chain, whether it's national, provincial and local government, around a table to plan, budget and implement strategy. Why, in your view and the view of its proponents, is it going to work?
Thank you very much, Iman, and good evening. Firstly, I think it is important to state that the district development model does not seek to usurp the functions of any of the three spheres of government. In fact, it is intended to improve intergovernmental relations and to decentralize cooperative governance, if you like. Because in terms of the Intergovernmental Relations Act, the COGTA ministry is responsible for coordinating intergovernmental relations and certain functions, whether it's the President's Coordinating Council, the Minister MEC meetings, and similar structures that have been created in government are created in line with the Intergovernmental Relations Framework Act. And what we're doing, which is very innovative, is to actually decentralize intergovernmental relations to ensure that there is coherence across the three spheres of government at a decentralized level, whether it is a metropolitan municipality or a district, because that's a reasonable basis on which we can coordinate 52 spaces in the country that brings all three spheres of government to work together towards a common objective and to bring in the plans of the respective spheres and create alignment of the respective spheres. But it's not just planning. It's also about execution. It's also about ensuring that we align financial resources in a way that optimizes the functioning of government. It's also about ensuring that we bring in the necessary technical capability of the three spheres to work together in an integrated way. Now, that's one of the objectives. Another of the objectives is that national and provincial government are required in law, in terms of the Constitution, Section 154, to provide support to municipalities. And this has been happening in an ad hoc way in many instances. Through the district development model, we seek to institutionalize the support that the other two spheres of government are able to provide to municipalities.
All right, so how's it going to smooth the process without causing extra onerous layers for approvals and potential delays in project delivery?
Well, it shouldn't cause extra layers of planning. In fact, if you think about it and you take it from the point of view of a municipality, the municipality would be able to adopt its integrated development plan. It would be able to adopt its budget. All that's happening is that you'd want to ensure that a provincial growth and development strategy or the medium-term strategic framework at a provincial and national level are aligned to how municipalities are thinking, and that there's a reciprocal level of realignment between the municipalities and the other spheres of government. So it is about enhancing coordination. It is about enhancing our ability to function together and to reach a common set of development objectives for the country.
Deputy Minister, let me just feedback what I understand from you. So the provincial, the local government, the municipality, let's say, would be able to formulate its plans, and then it would be passed higher up to see if it is in alignment with the province and with the national government. That sounds to me like it might be a bit more time that's been taken in that process. Have I understood that correctly? Is that the correct characterization?
No, unfortunately not. We've just lost lighting where I am.
We don't mind, as long as we can hear the sound of your voice. Keep talking, Deputy Minister.
Okay, let me keep talking. I've borrowed an office and I think it's a 6 o'clock light out, so to say. But let me say, we were in a situation, I'm trying to remember another question as I got a bit distracted there.
I'm happy to repeat it. I mean, I understand we're all traumatized by the lights going out. Good to see we're all in the same boat in a way. But what I was saying was, so you have a municipality develop its plan on how it's going to spend on X project. That would have to be kicked up to the provincial government, the national government, to see if there is synthesis and alignment. And what if there isn't? It sounds to me like that could be kicked back and they'd have to refine the process. It sounds like it could be adding this extra layer that I was concerned about earlier. Have I understood it correctly?
No, certainly not. In fact, the municipal plan remains in line with the legislation that governs municipal planning and budgeting. All that you're doing is to say, if a municipality has a plan and says we want to expand a particular portion of our city, and it requires investments through national grants, through national fiscal frameworks, through national entities. Some of them could be a port entity, you'd require Transnet. Some of them could be the road networks that are required to plan in line with national road planning systems. And all you're doing is to synchronize the way in which this development happens so that it enhances the plans of the municipality. And there is an alignment of the budgets and sequencing of the budget in such a way that you don't find a road being built by national government and waiting for it to align with a municipal plan 10 years down the line. It should be that we are able to invest at the same time, or at least sequence our investments so that we're able to optimize the efficiency of the investments that we're making. So it's not a hierarchical approach. It's not intended to be a hierarchical approach. It is intended to be about creating alignment and for us to be able to cross-pollinate our plans, for us to be able to review each other as opposed to another sphere of government reviewing local government. And I think it's an important point to emphasize that it is not intended to be a national plan superimposed on municipalities as opposed to an iterative process where we're able to work together.
All right, COGTA Deputy Minister, thank you very much for sharing some of these details. Again, a lot of questions remain, particularly around, the budgets and how you get political buy-in, given the state of our municipalities, the political contestation, and some of the pushback we're also hearing about in the aftermath of this announcement and what's intended to happen. Hopefully we can continue that conversation within the next few days and weeks. We appreciate your time.